唔算啦。
So, what is your name?
Matthew.
Matthew. And where were you born?
When I born?
Where were you born?
Where? Hong Kong.
And where do you live now?
Wong Tai Sin.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is your occupation?
Student.
Student. And do you support the protests in Hong Kong?
Yes. Okay.
And have you participated personally in the protests? And if so, how?
Yes. I've been to different demonstrations on the streets, and I've been to Hong Kong Island and Kowloon, and I participated in some marches, that's like that, and also some meetings and groups. Yes, I also talk with people about this. Yes.
Okay, great. When did you first become involved and why?
Around June, there was an incident in Admiralty and around near the Legislative Council, and the police threw tear gas to the people, and then I feel mad about that, and then I don't think that people should receive such violence from the police. So I went to the march on June 16th, and so I started my participation in this.
Okay. Why are the protests so important for Hong Kong?
At first, it was the government. They wanted to impose a law that to move the
extradition.
Yes, the extradition law that to move the guy who murdered his girlfriend in Taiwan back to Taiwan and receive the trial there. But the government also wants to send other people back to China, and which we see before that the Chinese government did multiple things that maybe like they put something that maybe they just support a protester, or they just say something that opposes the government, and then the person will be imprisoned, or they receive like the trial is not fair for them. So people are very scared about that. So they started this, and I personally support this because I don't want Hong Kong to become a place that China can do everything they want, and I don't want to be imprisoned just because I oppose the communist government. And for Hong Kong people, for our generation, our freedom is highly like violated by the government. And also throughout these months, there have been loads of police violence that against normal citizens, and is unacceptable for me, and I don't want this to continue, and I want to oppose this. So I feel I must go out and speak up my view. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think the PLA should come into Hong Kong to restore order?
No, of course not.
What is the best possible outcome of the protest?
First, the chief executives should at least not accept all of our 5 demands, but at least listen to our 5 demands and give some response to our demands, and know what is actually happening, but not turning a blind eye to the whole situation here. Like from June, our chief executive only talked once about the extradition law, that something like the bill is dead, but she's not really talking, she's not really saying that she's cancelling the bill or anything similar to that, and that bill can be recovered in any time. And also regarding the police violence, we need to find a way to solve that, and we need to let the police be like arrested or something like. They need to face something for what they have done, and not just we can't leave the police to do whatever they want, and or else our rule of law will be damaged. Yes.
Okay. What outcome do you fear the most?
The biggest is that the Chinese government directly involved in this protest. You just said the PLA just coming down to Hong Kong to control this, or just a status quo which nothing happens, nothing is given from the government. But like every weekend, every day, we see people getting into conflicts with the police, and people divided between yellow and blue, something like that. I don't want to see that. I just want to see the situation is stopped it and no more violence. Yes.
Okay. People from all over the world might be seeing this video, and what is the most important thing that they should know about what's happening here?
Although we are some of us are doing violent acts, and we damaged some properties. We disrupted people's traveling in and out of Hong Kong, but we apologize for that, and we want to let everyone know that we are fighting for our freedom. We are not. We do not want independence or anything like that. We just want to protect our rule of law. We want to let people to let Hong Kong people, of course, and also people in the world to know, yes, one country, two systems in Hong Kong, to stay like that and not be violated by China. And myself, I always think that I'm a Chinese citizen, and I do not want to separate from China, but it's me that I want to protect the law and the system in Hong Kong, but not the independence of Hong Kong. I wouldn't want that, and it's not even possible to do so. So yeah, so again, I want to apologize for all our fellow protesters that the damage we have done, and yeah.
Okay, perfect.